Switching gears, a program that is both a win-win for farmers and hunters alike.
Yeah, and this week in Fish and Wildlife, we have more on Montana's game damage hunt program.
This week in Fish and Wildlife, sponsored by your local Montana Toyota dealers.
Thursday morning time once again for This Week in Fish and Wildlife. We're outdoors once again at Region 3 headquarters with Lorenzo Aguilar and Julie Cunningham. Julie, I think we need to talk about a little bit of kind of an interesting situation we have here with these game damage hunts. First off, tell me how this comes about. What exactly is that?
Sure. If deer, elk, or antelope are on a landowner's standing or stored crops, alfalfa pasture or a hay stackyard, FWP can help that landowner defray that damage by letting hunters come out and do a special hunt could happen between August 15 and February 15, and we call hunters off the game damage roster. So it can be kind of a win-win. It can help a landowner defray some damage, and it can help hunters get an additional opportunity to harvest an animal.
Yeah, this is one of those things, it's so important, that partnership that Fish, Wildlife, and Parks has with these landowners. This is kind of a way to help them back if they're suffering a little bit of that damage, isn't it?
Exactly, yep, and it is using hunters. And I'm glad you brought that up. Something that hunters sometimes forget is when we call them off the roster, it's in response to a game damage problem that's happening right now. So they need to be able to leave home and come out and respond to this and go hunting pretty quickly. So when hunters ask me, what district should I sign up, where should I go for my damage hunt, I'll suggest to them that you might not want to go too far from home unless you can drop everything and travel.
The length of this is a little bit different than the general hunting season too, isn't it?
Yeah, now it can start early and end late, like I say, but you wouldn't be hunting. One hunter won't hunt that whole period. What usually happens is we try to alternate hunters to spread out the opportunity. So a hunter will usually get a 3 to 5 day time period that they can hunt. So that time period can fall anywhere from August 15 to February 15. FWP might call the hunter if damage is occurring, or they might get sent a letter. But these are not scheduled hunts. They're not a season. They're not, they're responsive. So we don't plan them ahead of time. So sometimes hunters get confused because they want more notice than they end up getting of when the hunt was going to occur.
Julie, thank you for filling us in on that. Lorenzo, I think probably the next thing we need to talk about is how do you become a part of this?
Yeah, so apologize in advance that it's not super intuitive on the website how to do it, but it's actually very easy. So you want to go to the Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks website. You want to go to the My FWP tab. Where the confusion is do you have to create an account? You do not. So FWP did make it easy where you can bypass creating an account and sign up for the hunt roster, but you have to kind of go the same route. So the My FWP tab, there's an option on there to sign up for lists. It's on the left-hand side on the My FWP menu. It's the bottom option. Select that, and then that'll take you through a really easy, simple kind of registration process or login process with very basic information. And then from there, you'll see hunt roster as one of the options. If you click on that, it's very intuitive. From there, you have elk, antelope, and deer that you can sign up for, each animal, and one hunting district per. And so if you do have questions, we get a lot of questions about what hunting district should I put in. Julie's a great resource for that, and our other biologists that cover the particular area that you're interested in can tell you. And that can be important because we've had people come in and say, well, I want to hunt in this particular hunting district, and we don't have any game damage there because we have shoulder seasons. Am I correct in that? And so it's really good to have a conversation. Don't just pick your favorite hunting district. Maybe reach out and talk to one of our biologists who are phenomenal like Julie to help you through that.
That's perfect. Again, talking about the game damage hunt, one of the unique features of life here in Montana. Julie Cunningham, Lorenzo Aguilar, thanks for joining us this morning.
This Week in Fish and Wildlife was brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places.